Modern self-love tells you to chase happiness, follow your feelings, and treat yourself. But what if that's a trap? What if the constant hunt for feeling good is the very thing keeping you weak and dependent? The ancient Stoics knew a secret. They taught that true self-love isn't a feeling you chase. It's a fortress you build. It's not about fleeting comforts. It's about building habits that protect your peace, sharpen your mind, and raise your standards for yourself. For generations, we've been sold a fragile idea of self-love. It's a love that relies on things we can't control, likes on a screen, praise from others, or the temporary high of a new purchase. It's a love that shatters the moment life gets hard, the moment we face criticism, or the moment we fail to meet some impossible standard. This version of self-love has left many of us anxious, exhausted, and always looking for the next emotional fix. But there is an older, more resilient path, one forged, not in comfort, but in character. The Stoics, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, saw self-love not as a feeling to be chased, but as a discipline to be practiced. For them, loving yourself meant taking your own moral and mental growth so seriously that you refuse to live beneath your potential. It's not about feeling good, it's about being good. In this video, we'll explore 7 Stoic disciplines for building an unbreakable sense of self, not through indulgence, but through reason and discipline. The first principle of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. The philosopher, Epictetus, taught that our main job in life is to separate what is in our control from what is not. You can't control the traffic, the weather, or what other people think. You can, however, control one thing: your own mind, your judgments, your choices, and your responses. Modern self-love says to fix the world so you can feel good. Stoic self-love says to fix your mind, so you can be good no matter what the world throws at you. Your worth isn't found in your reputation or your social status. It's found in the quality of your choices. When you base your self-worth on things you can't control, you become fragile. When you base it on your character, you become invincible. As the emperor, Marcus Aurelius, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think of all the moments wasted in anger over a delayed flight or anxiety over a critical comment. A Stoic sees these moments not as personal attacks, but as chances to practice virtue. The obstacle becomes the way. This is the first discipline. Stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable and invest it where it truly matters, in your own reasoned choices. Modern culture sells comfort as the ultimate prize. It suggests that loving yourself means avoiding difficulty and struggle. The Stoics taught the exact opposite. They believed that real self-respect is forged in hardship. Seneca, for example, practiced what he called voluntary discomfort. He would periodically live as if he'd lost everything, wearing simple clothes, eating plain food, sleeping on the floor. He didn't do this because he enjoyed suffering, but to train his mind to be independent of fortune. He famously wrote that it's not because things are difficult that we don't dare, but because we don't dare that they are difficult. Courage, resilience, and self-control aren't built in a spa. They're built by facing what's hard. Choosing to wake up early, to have a necessary but difficult conversation, or to exercise when you feel lazy. These are the true acts of self-love. They send a powerful message to your mind. You are not a fragile being who needs to be shielded from reality. You're a resilient person, capable of enduring and even thriving. Overprotecting your feelings doesn't make you strong. It makes you brittle. The second discipline is to build a character that can withstand anything. Not to create a life where you have nothing to withstand. To truly love yourself, you have to know yourself, and you can't do that through a filter of self-flattery or toxic positivity. While modern self-care might encourage you to ignore your flaws, the Stoics demanded radical self-honesty. Seneca warned against the tragedy of being well known to everyone else and unknown to oneself. This is why practices like journaling were so important to them. Marcus Aurelius's famous book, Meditations, wasn't written for an audience. It was his private journal for self-reflection and self-correction. He would honestly review his actions each day, asking where he fell short of his own values, not to beat himself up, but to improve. Stoic self-love isn't about telling yourself you're perfect. It's about accepting that you're a work in progress, and then actually doing the work. It requires you to look at your strengths and weaknesses with clear-eyed realism. Where were you impatient today? Where did you act from fear or ego? Where could you have been more just? Answering these questions honestly isn't an act of self-hatred. It's the highest form of self-respect. It says, I care enough about myself to hold myself to a higher standard. The third discipline is to know yourself completely, without delusion, so you can begin the real work of self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius observed a strange paradox nearly 2,000 years ago. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. In an age of social media, where our value can feel like it's measured in likes and shares, this observation is more relevant than ever. Modern culture often trains us to look for external validation as the main measure of our worth. The Stoics taught that this is a form of slavery. If you need applause to feel good, you're a hostage to the audience. If your peace is shattered by one negative comment, you don't have real peace at all. Stoic self-love is about freeing yourself from the tyranny of other people's opinions. Your self-worth should be based on your own inner verdict or rational judgment of whether you're reliving by your values. Are you acting with integrity? Are you being fair? Are you showing courage? That's your scorecard. What others think is just noise. Their opinions are outside your control, and therefore, not worth your peace. As Epictetus warned, if you look outside yourself for approval, you've compromised your own integrity. The fourth discipline is to value your own principled judgment far above the fleeting praise or criticism of the crowd. Let us clear up a common caricature. A Stoic is not an unfeeling statue who suppresses all emotion. This is a deep misunderstanding. The Stoics didn't try to eliminate emotions, but to have rational, well-proportioned emotions that serve virtue instead of sabotaging it. They understood that our feelings don't just happen to us. They are the product of our judgments. You feel angry because you've judged that you've been wronged. You feel anxious because you've judged that a future event is a threat. But these are just judgments, and judgments can be examined, questioned, and changed. While modern advice often says to trust your feelings or follow your heart, the Stoics would urge caution. Feelings can be unreliable guides. They're often fickle, short-sighted, and based on flawed thinking. Instead, the Stoics championed reason as the governing faculty of the soul. When you feel overcome with rage, envy, or despair, the Stoic move isn't to suppress the feeling, but to pause and question the judgment behind it. Is this situation really a catastrophe, or am I overreacting? Does this person's action truly harm my character, or just my ego? The fifth discipline is to let reason lead, using your emotions as advisors, not dictators. These 7 disciplines aren't quick fixes. They are a lifelong practice, the tools for building a fortress of inner peace and unshakable self-respect. It's a journey of choosing yourself every single day. If you're ready to commit to this path, drop a comment below saying, "I choose myself." And if this message resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe for more wisdom on building a life of strength and purpose. For too long, we've been told that self-love is a feeling to be found. The Stoics teach us it is a character to be built. It's not found in comfort, but in courage. Not in validation, but in virtue. Not in feeling good, but in being good. This is not the easy path, but it is the one that leads to true freedom and a deep, abiding sense of self-worth that no external event can ever take away. You don't rise by accident, you rise through structure, discipline, and unbreakable control over what truly matters, your own mind.